Hey everybody, Ronnie here. So I wanted to cover this story. Just got a hold of it. It was out of Irwin, Tennessee. This happened on July 3rd. Right now it's 1 o'clock in the morning on July 4th. So happy Independence Day. That's the positive side here. Anyhow, a big rig driver is being charged with criminally negligent homicide after police say he drove his tractor trailer through a Tennessee home. I guess that was on July 2nd, after he lost control along I-26. The Tennessee Highway Patrol reports that Robinson Vertis, 41 years old, from Connecticut, drove off the right side of the interstate through a grassy area, striking a fence, vehicle, and then the home. The impact demolished the residence, injuring 2 and killing 2. The truck then actually caught fire after crashing into the home and set the home ablaze. Vertis received only minor injuries. The police haven't said what caused Vertis to lose control of his truck. Of course, we know there are several things that can cause that. I don't know, maybe it was a steer tire that blew. That could do it. If you've had a steer tire go, you absolutely know that. You could have fallen asleep. And even though, thankfully, not many truckers do it, we know that there are some out there that like to get a little tipsy behind the wheel. At any rate, this is just a tragic thing. I am going to keep my eyes on this story and will update as soon as I know more. I would really like to know what happened here. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Like it or not, I know people on both sides. Automated vehicles are being tested. Mostly, this has been with passenger vehicles, especially taxis. I know that they actually have some running and carrying passengers in San Francisco as a beta test. It's that far along. They, of course, are doing automated vehicle testing with semi-trucks as well. And the NHTSA has declined having government agencies submit tests and safety data into an AV testing database. They won't even force the developers of the AV, the automated vehicles, to submit to such a database. This is unacceptable. Okay, that's just the way it is. There's a difference between a passenger car and a semi-truck, a large commercial vehicle. And I don't believe that the large commercial vehicles can be safely automated in their driving 100%. This is not, they're going to take our jobs type thing. Okay? This is 100% a safety thing. And that's unfortunately why these companies are trying to do this. They're saying that it is to increase safety on the roads. But we all know semi-trucks don't operate the same way as passenger vehicles. The big thing is the braking. Okay? The air brakes have enough delay that it requires a human making those decisions. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Finally today, CDL Life put out an article about 14 defensive driving tips for commercial drivers. And I wanted to go ahead and go over them because the Operation Safe Driver Week Blitz is going to take place next week, July 9th through the 15th. So, what day is the 9th? I think that's on Sunday. Yeah. So, the 9th is on Sunday. So, from Sunday to Saturday next week, the Safe Driver Blitz is going to be happening. It's going to be in all three of the North American countries, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. They're going to be concentrating more on speeding than anything else, but they will pull you over for just any of the safety issues. So let's go over these 14 defensive driving tips that the CVSA has put out for us. Most of us follow these anyway, but it's a good idea just to go over them one more time and make sure everybody's got it straight. Number one, always wear your seatbelt. Motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of occupational fatalities in the U.S. Truck drivers account for nearly half of those deaths. As a commercial vehicle driver, you're at an increased risk for injury and or death if you do not use a seatbelt on every trip. Seatbelt use is the most effective way to save lives and reduce injuries in crashes, so always buckle up. I think that's an important one. The fact of the matter is, when I was first getting started and I went to work at Schneider, my trainer did not wear his seatbelt. He did a lot of things wrong, and he was a terrible trainer. But that was easily the biggest thing that he could have been doing that he didn't. Number two, be aware of your driving conditions. Because as a professional driver, you must be prepared for changing weather conditions and traffic congestion, all while remaining diligent while driving. In inclement weather, any adverse driving conditions, you just need to slow down. On snow-packed roads, reduce your speed by more than half. On icy or slick roads, reduce your speed even more. And if it's no longer safe to drive because of weather, just pull over. If it's that bad, if it's super bad, pull over. Find a safe haven, though. All right? It's almost never so bad that you can't find a safe haven first. Number three, don't speed. This should be a slam dunk. And yet, every day when I'm on the road, I get passed by semis speeding. Even when I'm driving down the road in my Challenger, I'm doing the speed limit. The speed limit for cars here in Oregon is 5 miles per hour higher than for trucks. And yet, while I'm doing the speed limit, I get passed by semi-trucks. Speeding is one of the most prevalent factors that contribute to traffic crashes. Just respect the laws and other drivers and demonstrate a culture of safety by not speeding. Number four, do not fixate on non-driving objects. Keep your eyes on the road. That's pretty simple right there. If you are looking at the cow that you're passing, that's not on the road. Watch the road signs. Don't fixate on the signs. Number five, you can't fight fatigue. Even the best drivers battle fatigue issues. If you're exhibiting signs of fatigue, just pull off the road to a safe location, find your safe haven, and get the rest that your body needs. a large number of single vehicle rollovers are attributed to drivers falling asleep at the wheel. There's just no substitution for quality sleep. The fact is, while I'm on the road, if I start getting tired, I do that. I just pull over. Even if I've only been driving for 3 or 4 hours, I feel a little fatigue, I will pull over safely. I'll do it usually at a rest area, sometimes at a scale, rarely at a truck stop. If I go to a truck stop, that's usually for the night. But I'll stop. You got 14 hours on your day clock, 11 hours of drive time, and I don't even drive 11 hours a day. So I've always got a little extra time that I can go and, turn off my drive clock, go into the sleeper, grab a couple hours at most. Usually half an hour of good quality sleep will carry you through the rest of the day. Number 6, search as you drive. Observe the roadway in front, the sides, and the rear of your vehicle. Look for all sources of potential moving and fixed hazards. Watch for brake lights as they may signal hazards ahead. Anticipate possible risks and where interactions with traffic will occur. I'm going to go one step further with this, and if you actually do see an issue, reach over, hit your hazards, turn on the flashers, let everybody know behind you, hey, there's an issue and you can't see past me because I'm a semi-truck. Be careful when backing. This is obvious. Goal. Get out and look. If you are not 100% sure, just stop, get out and look. There's another trucker that's looking to get past you. He can wait. Get out and look. Always do your best to not hit something while you're going backwards. Be cognizant of the no zones. Remember the no zones, which are the locations where you're unable to see because of your vehicle. That's to the front, low, to the front, in front of your grill, to the right and left of your vehicle, in your blind spots. Keep checking your side mirrors. Be aware of vehicles entering your blind spot areas. And as a professional driver, just remember that you may have to compensate for other drivers' bad driving behaviors. More than may. You will have to. Enter curves slowly, especially if you're on a twisty mountain road like I do all the time. Take them easy. There is no load that is worth your life. And a lot of times when you're doing these tighter corners, that's what you're actually putting up there. Approach the curves, adjust your speed properly, and take them smoothly. On the twisty mountain roads, if it says to take the curve at 50 miles per hour, I take it at 45. My life is worth more than the load. Number 11, plan your route before you leave. Trip plan. You get your load information. Take a few minutes, plan your trip from beginning to end. Doesn't have to be detailed, just know where you're going and get a look at what the potential weather is in the area. Then every morning, before you get started, do a trip plan for the day. Where do I expect to make it today? What do the roads look like between here and there? What's the weather look like today between here and there? Do I need fuel? Where am I going to stop? Trip plan. Number 12, turn off your cell phone while driving. Everyone knows I don't do that. You don't have to turn off your cell phone. But remember, it's illegal to hold your cell phone. Now, obviously, you do want to focus your attention on the task of driving. But no texting, hands-free all the way. If you're going to be making a phone call, use Bluetooth. A lot of folks have the trucker headsets. I don't use that very often. I've usually got my phone attached to my truck, to the truck's radio, and I find that just does a much better job. Except for when I had that Volvo. That was awful. It just couldn't pick up my voice for some reason. Avoid distractions while driving. You want to avoid all three types of driving distractions. The manual distractions, that's the ones that take your hands off the wheel. Never take both of your hands off the wheel. Do I need to say it? Yeah, evidently. But that's things like eating, drinking, changing radio stations, personal grooming. I'm not saying that you can't do those things necessarily while you're driving, but be careful. As far as eating goes, I'm always stopped when I eat. As far as drinking goes, I've always got my coffee. So, in fact, I got my coffee. Then there are visual distractions. Those are when you take your eyes off the road. We talked about that already. And then cognitive distractions. These are things that can take your mind off of the dangers that are around you. These are things like being angry, worried, fatigued, or even just daydreaming. Never daydream behind the wheel of a commercial motor vehicle. Keep your focus on the potential driving hazards that you may encounter. Even if you don't, it's better to be aware that they can exist. And number 14, medications may affect your driving abilities. We all know that. I'm going to go ahead and say more than just medications. Drugs and alcohol, basically. Medications are a form of drugs. They're legal, but you got prescriptions and over-counter medications, and any of those have the ability to affect your ability to operate a commercial motor vehicle safely. Always, before you take something, know the side effects of the medications. Look at them look at the label. Each one comes with it, and just obey the listed restrictions. If it says no, don't operate heavy machinery, or don't drive, then don't. And obviously, the use of other substances while driving is a bad idea. Amphetamines, methamphetamines, and alcohol are just... those are not just a bad idea. Those are illegal, and you can and probably will lose your license. But anyhow, those are the 14 tips that they put up. Let me know what you think about them. Did anything really jump out at you? Put it down in the comments down below. And thank you for watching my show today. If you have any questions about anything we spoke about, put them down in the comments. And thanks for watching. I will talk to you next time.